The stars above the planet Lysara burned cold and distant, their light flickering faintly through the massive glass dome that enclosed the imperial city of Valora. Inside, amidst the shimmering towers of crystal and metal, an urgent crisis simmered beneath the surface of elegant diplomacy and polished protocol. The planet Lysara, once a flourishing jewel of the Draker Empire, now stood on the brink of famine. The soil, once rich with nutrients and teeming with life, had grown barren over the last century. Crops failed in the fields. Food supplies dwindled dangerously low. The empire's survival depended on finding new sources of nourishment, or facing collapse. Yet, hope arrived unexpectedly, in the form of a solitary human from a distant blue world called Earth. His name was Eli Tanner, a humble farmer whose knowledge of soil, seeds, and seasons was about to change the fate of an entire star empire. Beginning. The arrival of a stranger. The Imperial Council convened in a grand chamber etched with ancient glyphs and shimmering with bioluminescent light. Princess Selara, the determined heir to the Draker throne, stood among them, her violet eyes sharp and impatient. The council's elders murmured anxiously as the Imperial ambassador addressed the pressing issue. Our agricultural specialists report that our planet's soil degradation is worsening at an unprecedented rate. We face widespread starvation within the next 2 solar cycles. Selara's gaze did not waver. And the options? Desperate, the ambassador said grimly. We have reached out to our allies and neighboring systems. None have solutions that fit our unique ecosystem. The Empire must seek outside knowledge, even from lesser developed worlds if necessary. As fate would have it, that outreach yielded a reply from Earth, a planet known to the Draker only by legend. Earth, rich with water, fertile land, and a population of resilient farmers, promised something new, hope. Eli Tanner arrived by starlight, disembarking from a sleek shuttle in the Imperial Gardens, where alien flora struggled against the failing soil. Clad in simple overalls and dusty boots, he looked out of place amid the crystalline splendor, yet his hands were steady and sure. Princess Selara approached him, her regal posture softened by genuine curiosity. You come from a world with plentiful harvests, yet we here are on the verge of ruin. What can one human teach an entire empire? Eli smiled modestly. Sometimes the answer is in understanding the soil, the seasons, and patience. I don't have magic or technology, just farming methods that have worked for centuries. If you'll let me, I'll try. Middle. The transformation of Lysara. Eli was granted a small plot of land near the Imperial Palace to demonstrate his methods. At first, the alien scientists scoffed. Earth agriculture was primitive compared to their advanced hydroponic labs and nutrient sprays. But Eli began by analyzing Lysara's soil, noting its deficiencies. He introduced crop rotation, nitrogen-fixing plants unfamiliar to Lysarans, and natural compost made from organic waste rather than synthetic chemicals. He taught the locals to respect the microbes beneath their feet, the unseen workers of the earth. Princess Selara visited daily, absorbing every word, asking questions about irrigation, pest control, and seed selection. Eli's methods were slow to show results, but after several Lysaran months, small green sprouts appeared in his test fields. Word spread quickly. Farmers from across the empire came to learn from the human, marveling at the growth despite the poor soil. The first harvest was modest but significant, a beacon of life in a desert of despair. Encouraged by the success, Eli helped establish seed banks and trained Lysaran farmers in terracing and water conservation. The Empire scientists adapted his principles into their technology, blending tradition and innovation. But the transformation was not without challenges. Rival factions within the council feared dependence on human knowledge, worried about losing control. Sabotage attempts on Eli's fields forced Princess Selara to stand fiercely in his defense. "Without his methods we starve," she declared in a tense meeting. "We cannot afford pride when lives hang in the balance." Her resolve united the council. The Empire's vast resources were mobilized to expand the human farming project across Lysara's surface. Satellite imagery soon showed a patchwork of green spreading steadily across the barren lands. The princess's plea. Months later, in the grand solar observatory overlooking the fields, Princess Selara faced Eli with earnest eyes. "Your knowledge has saved my people," she said softly. "But I want to understand fully. Teach me to farm as you do on Earth. I want to be more than a princess. I want to be a steward of our land, a protector of our future." Eli was surprised but honored. Over the next weeks they worked side by side, planting, harvesting, and nurturing. Selara's natural leadership and dedication made her a quick learner. Under the twin suns, the alien princess grew into a gardener, her hands transforming alien soil into fertile ground. Their bond deepened beyond teacher and student. She shared stories of Draca traditions, of honor and sacrifice, while Eli told tales of Earth's changing seasons and human resilience. In their shared labor, hope blossomed. The Empire reborn. Years passed. Lysara's green fields flourished where barren rock had ruled. Food security returned, and the Empire's population thrived. The alliance between Earth and the Draker grew stronger, with agricultural exchange programs spreading knowledge across galaxies. Princess Selara, now known as the Green Sovereign, led initiatives to restore ecological balance and promote sustainable farming across other star systems. Eli Tanner, once just a humble human farmer, became a legend, the man who fed a starving empire and taught an alien princess the true power of the Earth. As she stood atop the palace balcony, gazing over a sea of crops waving gently beneath twin suns, Selara whispered to Eli, "You brought life back to Lysara. Together we have forged a future." Eli smiled, the dirt-streaked hands of a farmer resting lightly on the princess's shoulder. "And it's just the beginning."